But first, we kick things off earlier this week by sitting down with a man who makes things happen behind the scenes out here at Husker Harvest Days. That would be show manager Matt Jungmann. We sat down with him at the end of the first day and got his thoughts on how the show was going. Joining us now is Matt Jungmann, the show manager for Husker Harvest Days. Matt, you and I having this conversation as we wrap up day number one, the Tuesday of the show. How'd things go on the first day?
Really, really great. You know, you worry when you open the gates that the machine is going to get up and running correctly. You know, all the traffic and parking and food and utilities, electricity, internet, all those things haven't run this hard for a year, so you worry about those. But everything, you know, the 2018 renovation that we did to the facility with hard surface streets and new electrical distribution, it kind of makes things fire up a lot smoother.
A lot of our viewers this morning are likely going to be familiar with Husker Harvest Days. Probably most of them attended this year. From your perspective, though, what makes this farm show so special?
Well, the primary thing is what the exhibitors do. You know, the exhibitors bring the new products. There's 70 new exhibitors at the show this year, and they are the ones that bring the new ideas. You know, we've talked about some like an Australian company that's here, and the Pivot Bio balloon that shows how big a metric ton of carbon is, and Beck's, the seed company, making the push into Nebraska, the Raven autonomy things that are running out there in the demonstrations. It's those kind of things that make every show fresh and new and keep it exciting for all of us.
You mentioned some of the autonomous things, and I told you I hadn't made it out as of today to the field demonstration, but you've got some of that on display. Talk about that.
Yeah, so Raven does a great job. They were right along the flag road as you walk in, running all day. They've got 3 different machines there that they're alternating running. They're running their Omni, I want to make sure I get this right, Omni Drive, Omni Power, and then something that they just unveiled, which is an autonomous fertilizer spreader. But those are running all day long, and then during the harvest demonstration, they pull the Omni Drive out, which used to be called the Smart Cart. It's the driverless auger cart tractor that's controlled from the combine. They pull that out of that Raven display and run it over and actually run it in the harvest demonstration. So there's no driver in the auger cart tractor. The combine operator is controlling that machine from the cab of the combine.
If I understand right, you've been in this role managing Husker Harvest Days since 2004. I think what you alluded to is this show changes as ag changes, which makes everything so unique. But you've had a change in ways that you serve the customers. As we have this conversation on some concrete, and that helps keep the dust down. Talk about how the show has changed in your time.
Well, I started doing farm shows right out of college. The Farm Progress Show was the first one that I worked on, and you know, just to look back at what was new and cutting edge back then is now commonplace. You know, back then it was GPS and light bars and starting to get into precision ag, but it wasn't what it is today. And that over time turned into a commonplace thing. You know, auto steer, if it quits on our tractors at home, we park the thing because we don't want to drive it anymore. We don't want to use the auto steer. And it'll be interesting to watch autonomy take that exact same path. You know, I think it will probably accelerate faster than auto steer and light bars and things like that did. But what we were talking about earlier is also the fact that, you know, I've had the same job since 2004, but what I do has changed so much because we had to write rules about what an autonomous demonstration was going to be like or what sprayer drone demos were going to be like. And so it's just every show is kind of like a crop season in that it's got its own weather story and product story, and they're all sort of a unique creature.
No matter how things change in agriculture, it seems like people's desire to go out and kick the tires of the new tractor or even the old things on display is never going to change, is it?
We certainly learned that during COVID. You know, there were lots of great online options for folks to go out and learn, but you know, as the farm shows have come back after COVID, you get that they want to talk to the experts, literally kick the tires, stand there, ask the questions. Being in front of it prompts questions that you just don't even think of when you're looking at a brochure online or something like that. So yeah, it's certainly got a place in the future, but it's just like agriculture, it's always changing.
Matt, congratulations on a successful day one. As I mentioned, you and I have this conversation on Tuesday evening, and good luck the rest of the show.
Thank you very much.